The Vergas Show is brought to you by Spanky's Stone Hearth, casual fine dining on the shores of beautiful Rose Lake.
With 2 locations in Vergas and Perham, make the right call. Call Hanson's, the most trusted name in plumbing and heating.
Vergas State Bank, your locally owned full-service bank.
Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherry Hanson. Thanks for joining me today. I'm with Bradley Helmke from, give me the whole name of your office, Brad.
Becker, Schott, Helmke, DeConcini, Johnson.
Okay,
so there's 5 partners in our firm. 5
partners, but thanks for joining us. And you know, when we're with Bradley, Bradley has an office here in Vergas, and those hours are on Wednesdays.
Wednesday I come straight from my house. I don't go to my office in Perm. I come straight here, try to get here at 8, but it's 8:30, it might be 9, and then I usually stay till 5 o'clock, or if somebody comes in late, I'll stay later than that.
They just got to let you know.
Yep, I have no deadline where I have to leave at a certain time. I can stay till 7 o'clock and try to be really flexible when that happens.
You know, that's nice, and that's always on Wednesdays during tax season, and we are in tax season, aren't we?
Yeah, we are there, It's in full bloom again and stuff, but...
It's funny how it comes around every year.
Oh, yeah, every year, and it happens quickly, that's for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
Brad, what's new this year? What's changed?
Well,
what hasn't changed? Tell me about taxes. Make us excited about taxes, okay?
Yeah, I don't think most people get excited. It's probably like going to the dentist, I think. So, some of the things that are changing this year is the deadlines. It's becoming apparent to the IRS and even to the state of Minnesota that people are infiltrating our tax system, and they're getting refunds when they shouldn't be, and so they're moving the deadlines up for getting 1099s and W-2s to be filed. They want, before we could send them to the IRS by the end of February, now we need to send them by the end of January. So it's really important for people to understand that they need to be on top of this and get them done, because the IRS wants to beat the fraud people at their game, try to get this stuff in before they beat us in. That's important. Some of the other things, business returns, they kind of change. Partnerships were always due April 15th. Now partnerships are due March 15th. They want to get those in earlier so that people have a better chance to be able to file their returns on time. And corporations used to be due March 15th, and now they changed those to April 15th. Not sure why, but corps generally pay their own tax, and that's, I think, the reason. They just want to give more time for those people.
So how are you letting people know this? Or, I mean, it's been out there, I'm sure.
We send a letter out, and then we usually communicate with most of our clients during the year. And so
you know that. I mean, but like for your individual... it doesn't really affect the April 15th deadline for like your individual taxes and stuff.
No, everybody has pretty much the same deadline as everybody else. And we don't wait till March 15th to file. We don't wait till April 15th to file. When people come in, we encourage them to try to get done early so that we're not meeting that mad dash at the end and stuff. It's... we have enough to do anyways, but usually we're in pretty good hands by April 15th. We're trying to wind down, and this year Easter Sunday is April 15th.
Sure it is.
So we'll have it'll be a little different reason. We're gonna try to push to be done before that
because they'll give till the 16th, correct?
Well, they actually get Monday. That Monday is normally the due date if it falls on them. But the Washington D.C. has the Emancipation Proclamation Day, which is that Monday, and so they actually have until that Tuesday to file their returns.
We shouldn't have told anybody that. Get it done before the 15th,
that's right? That's exactly right.
Okay. So what are some things that people can do to help themselves, Brad?
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about, the IRS is clamping down. The other thing they're doing is people won't be able to file as soon as they used to be able to. There's the big push with the IRS has to do with the earned income credit. There's a lot of people, low-income people, especially around here, maybe not so much in the metro area and stuff, but around here, people have lower incomes and qualify for the earned income credit. Those people rely on those refunds, and
they want to get them in right away.
They want to get them right away, but the IRS is going to hold off on paying refunds until they've told us mid-February, February 15th. And so, and the scrutiny with that is really becoming more apparent in that, it's easy for the husband and wife with, a couple kids, 3 kids, 2 kids, 1 kid, that there's no change. The single parent, being supported by the mom, being supported by the dad, they live together, they don't live together, those returns are being really scrutinized a lot more as to who's supporting those kids. And so it's very important. We have, they've kind of put the onus on us as tax preparers to make sure that these people fill out these forms correctly and that they are answering these questions properly, that people are having low income and claiming the huge earned income credit, but they're really not supporting those kids. Maybe dad's paying or mom's paying, and so they're really honing in on that.
They can file their taxes soon enough, but they're just not going to get their refunds till later.
That's correct. Yeah, okay. We have an internal processing agent that we go through.
Sure.
I don't think that they're going to allow us to e-file returns until close to that deadline, and so we're expecting that we're not going to file hardly any e-files until mid-February. And so people are going to have to wait a little bit.
How can you save some money?
Well, a couple things. Time goes by quickly when you're doing these little interviews and stuff. And
we can't get it all on one show, can't we? No.
The one thing, especially for people that are 70 and a half, taking money out of your IRA to make charitable donations. A lot of those people can't itemize, and charitable deductions are deductible on your Schedule A as an itemized deduction. The one nice way is if you are pretty charitable, let's say you donate $1,000 to your church every year, you may want to consider, if you're 70 and a half, to donate that out of your IRA if you don't itemize, because you're having to report the $1,000 as income out of your IRA and then not get the tax deduction.
Right.
So if you do a little planning, you can take and pull that money out of your IRA and donate it right to your church, and then it becomes tax deductible. That is a really good way.
That is a very good way. Yeah. I mean, because the RMDs, you have to take it anyway. So.
Right. Yep.
How about HSAs? What's going on with them?
Those are really nice.
Are they nice?
I've been associated with, they've been around for a long time, and if
they're working.
If taxpayers have the opportunity to participate with an HSA, they really should, because all those out-of-pocket dental, eyeglass, the prescription drugs, co-pays, all that stuff, you would get to be tax deductible either, by deducting it out of your paycheck through your employer, or if you're eligible, you have to have a health insurance plan that is HSA eligible. I'm not sure how they define which ones are.
But when you get that plan, they let you know.
Yep, when you get that plan. And so if you can, and the important thing is that you need to start, you need to put $1 in, you need to put $10 in, because that starts the clock.
Right.
You don't want to wait until you break the leg and then
you
fund
want
it,
some money in there.
because once that accident has happened, you're going to be out of luck if you don't have an HSA started. So,
Brad, we got to wrap it up today, but tell me just a little bit about gifting.
Okay, people ask me all the time about gifting. Can I give money to people? Yep. Any person can give any other person up to $14,000 a year before it affects their limit. The state of Minnesota has a $1.8 million limit, and so if you give over $14,000, you're just reducing that 1.8 down by the amount over that $14,000. It's not a tax deduction for you, the giver, and it's not income. So if I gave you $10,000,
that works.
It wouldn't be a tax deduction for me, and it would not be, and it's not income for you. It's basically just sharing the wealth.
All right. Well, Brad, we got so much we could talk about, but stop in and see Brad. He's here on Wednesdays at the Vergas State Bank, and you can call the Perm office or you can call the Vergas State Bank to be able to get an appointment with him. Thanks for what you do.
Been here since 1985, so it's been a long time.
He's going to stick around. He knows what he's doing. You have a good day in Vergas.